Good morning. Welcome to Our Town here on Hometown Radio 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN. I'm Ken Connors. An event this weekend is going to help ensure your child's safety. I'm learning about the event and the group helping to put it all together on today's show. Ed Schloud from the Marinette Moose Lodge in studio with me this morning to talk about this Saturday's Child ID event. Welcome to the show, Ed. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having us here.
Let's talk about the Child ID event. First off, for those that don't know, what is the event? What's going to happen there at the Marinette Civic Center this Saturday?
From 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock on Saturday, Marinette Moose, in conjunction with Bay City Radios, Riverside Auto, Prestige Auto, Little Strands One Stop, we're going to be holding a Child ID program. It's free. Doesn't cost nothing to come, but it's worth $1 million if you ever, God forbid, if you ever have to use it. Each parent or guardian will receive, after their child is ID'd, a CD, and we will destroy everything after we do it, so there's no chance of the information being left out there. But if I can spark on it real quickly, we all have different fears in our life. And I guess one of my biggest fear, when I lived in Montana, we went through it with my daughter, and one of her friends came running in and said that she had gotten into a vehicle with a strange man. Well, your first instinct, you run out, and like I did, I ran out and I sat in my Jeep. And then I just sat there and I'm thinking, no, what do I do? Where I go? What should I do, And then just luckily, lo and behold, what it was our local postmaster, and it was about this time of the year. My daughter was cold, so he brought her home. But I can imagine what it would be like. Say your child's supposed to be home at 5 o'clock, and you look at the clock at 6, 7, 8, and something's wrong. You got that gut feeling. And your child doesn't come home. This here is one way to fight the bad people out there. It will consist of fingerprints, to a voice ID they can talk into, their height, their pictures. It's just a really good prevention. It's a good tool to fight, like I said, the bad people out there.
Is this a new event for the Moose Lodge?
Last year we had it at our Winter Family Fun Days. And I think we did 30-some people. Or kids, I should say. Barb Vandenhei, which she's our chairperson to run this here, she was there, and she was, I guess, amazed at, and how this works, And now, like I said, she's our chairperson for the Child ID program. And she's just been fabulous. Anyways, she's got it set up with Marinette at the Civic Center. We feel, since it's in town, it's a lot closer. And we're hoping for a really big turnout.
Excellent. When you did finally put this event together here, what led you to it? I mean, you gave some pretty good reasons there already. What all led to putting the Child ID event together?
For those who don't know what the Loyal Order of the Moose is, we're for children. Rather it be for the international or, the children down in Mooseheart, or all of us at our lodge, we are 110% for the children around this area here. And we feel something like this. You can turn on the radio, you can turn on the TV every day, and either you got exploitation of kids being, or for the like the sex offenders and stuff being on for the children, that they're doing it on the computers, on the internet. You've got human trafficking out there, and for those who thinks that it doesn't happen around here, it does. Like I said, just listen to the radio. I mean, Ken, I can tell you do the news,
Yeah, you hear about,
And it's spooky.
It is, absolutely. Who are you working with? Who are some of the partners that you're working with to put the Child ID event together?
As far as businesses or
businesses, are you coordinating with police, anything like that?
Well, I told Barb get some of you guys to come down.
I'll be there. We'll
and
talk
I do
about
believe
that.
you guys are going to be there, right?
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. And we have lodge members that are going to be coming down. We were trained on these two machines. We're going to have two machines going. We would like to thank Green Bay for letting us use theirs, and then the state of Wisconsin for the moose. We're using theirs. But basically, we got volunteers coming in from the Moose Lodge, and we'll be doing it. We're also, it's for the members, for their families, but, we are having a Easter party at our lodge for the kids. So, but we're hoping after that's all done, they come down and get ID'd.
All right. Or if they get there to the ID event early, maybe they'll head up to the Moose Lodge.
Well, yeah. But it is for members only, or for their kids and grandkids.
The kids that are coming to the Child ID event, the parents that'll be bringing them, what is there an age range that you're targeting? Are we talking, just born to high school, through high school? I
guess from newborn or the young to early teens, because we're hoping that by early teens they've been educated enough either at home, at school, and they know, well, almost the saying was danger stranger, and we're hoping that's been installed into them, but yeah, the younger kids is what our target is.
All right. Besides the children themselves, what should parents bring, if anything, to the event?
Well, the parents, they bring themselves, but they need to fill out a form. They can pre-register, and I believe you guys have on the commercial you guys been putting out, where they can off the online where they can get the pre-registered, or they can do it right down at the Civic Center.
And it shouldn't take too terribly long. Any idea, actually,
Last
for the
year,
process?
it took between 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, pretty quick then.
Pretty quick, and when it comes to your child and having it's worth it.
So the Child ID event that's going to be put on thanks to the Moose Lodge, it's going on at the Marinette Civic Center on Saturday this weekend, 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. So throughout most of the day there on Saturday, even going to have a Bay Cities radio. I'll be broadcasting down there live Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's over on our sister stations, Hits 96 and Cat Country 95.1. Going to be talking more with Ed about everything going on at the Moose Lodge. Again, the Moose Lodge, the ones putting together this Child ID event that's coming up here this Saturday. Stick around. Welcome back to Our Town. I'm Ken Connors. Today I'm joined by Ed Schlaud. He is from the Marinette Moose Lodge, talking with the Moose Lodge today because they've got their Child ID event coming up this Saturday, going on at the Marinette Civic Center, 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Going to be getting IDs set for kids to help ensure their safety. It occurs to me, Ed, this is certainly not the only way that the Marinette Moose Lodge works to help protect kids. Any other events out there? I know we've talked about this in the past where you've got the car show that comes up in the summertime, and even that goes toward it.
Well, Ken, if I can say something.
Absolutely.
I'm going to break the news for the first time on this program here. For those that was at our car show in the last 2 years, we've had Eric Estrada.
Okay,
this year, we just got done signing the contracts. They're off the History Channel, a show called American Restoration. Anyways, we got the guys coming in from the American Restoration, Tyler and Brettley.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Right now we're working on a deal, and it's not set in stone yet. Last year we had the racing sausages in. This year we're trying to get the Minions, those little yellow guys. Yeah, okay, we're trying to get those guys to come in. Like I said, the Moose is very family orientated. Some of the other things that we got coming up, and being a car guy, I always say we're running on all cylinders and we're looking for 2 more. April 11th, we have an antique show. $20 a table, $5 admission. There's going to be food there. I'm hearing through the grapevine there might be a gentleman there. So if you got any kind of an antique you'd like to come out and have it appraised, bring it out. You know, all the money from this goes to our youth awareness program. Our leader for that, her name's Amy Bovin. Youth awareness, they're taught to speak in front of the public. Our youth awareness girl this year is talking about cyberbullying, which is a very bad thing going on right now with the, through the internet.
Sure. We've heard plenty about that.
Oh yeah. Oh
that's
yeah.
sad.
Yeah, and some people, they think it's they'll grow out of it. Well, no, because sometimes it leads to suicide and it affects the child and the person their whole life. We are going to go. We're taking the same girl and my grandson. We're going to go see Anne Frank's stepsister, the 31st of March at the college here. For those who want to see what our kids fishing tournament is, punch in Milwaukee Public TV, and you look at for episodes, you will see last year's kids fishing tournament that we had going on.
Oh, cool.
Oh my goodness, I can just keep going on and on and on. We have our Friday night fish fries, which are just excellent. There's always something going on. The latest thing we just did too, we had a contest between Marinette and Menominee High Schools for the art department. We're going to award a $100 scholarship. I can't really say her name, but a young lady, she's a senior for the Marinette art department. We have a statue we named Marty out at our lodge. She drew up a drawing of Marty, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. Just phenomenal. It's just amazing the talent we have in kids around this area. We're going to use Marty, everything from business cards to can koozies, T-shirts, and but like I said, she just did a fabulous job. So
very cool. Let's talk a little bit about the Moose Lodge in terms of becoming a member. What's it take to join?
Well, first of all, heart. We're starting a new thing called EPIC. And EPIC is you take the four letters. E for exposure, P for pride, I for informative, and C for care. You got to have all those to become a good member. Exposure. If people don't know if your lodge isn't there, well, you're not. Pride. You got to take pride into what you do, and for your community. Informative is like what I'm doing now, telling about what we do, and care. You got to care for your lodge. You got to care for your family, and mostly you got to care for the community and the kids into it. But EPIC.
Can you give me a little idea of what a Moose member does then, and how you put those ideals to use?
On a community level, we do everything from a spring and a fall cleanup. We have a crew that does the highway cleanups. We are involved with Special Olympics. Our Moose Riders, which if anybody out there that's into riding motorcycles, we have a program called Moose Riders. And they are very involved with the Special Olympics. Also, too, they hold these rides and fundraisers. Moose Heart, which is our childhood city down in Illinois, every senior that graduates out of Moose Heart and they want to go to college, Moose Riders will provide that child with a laptop computer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How great is that?
That is. I mean, like I said, Moose is for kids. All your dollars it goes towards something related for kids, whether it's locally or through international.
For somebody that's interested, how do they get in touch with the Moose? What do they need to go through just to become a member?
Well, you can come out. Any one of our members would love to have them just be a guest. You have to become a guest, sign our guest book. Come on out and just take a look. Just come out, take a look, and see what we're all about. 2 years ago, we just started a memorial park for our loved ones that we've lost. And we've got stone or the bricks that will go in there. We've got the Memorial Weekend. We're going to be having a ceremony. We're putting up 2 more flagpoles, and we've got benches that were donated and stuff. But like I said, we care for our members. I brag all the time about our Friday night fish fries. I say they're the best around, and so does a lot of other people.
Not that you're biased or anything.
No. But, a lot of other people that comes out there. Come on out, be a guest, and we can explain more to them when we're out there, or when they're out there,
Well, of course, one of the things the Moose Lodge is undertaking, the Child ID event. Again, we're talking about that because it is coming up this Saturday. Talk a little bit more about that, a little bit more about the Moose Lodge as we wrap up the show. That's coming up next here on Our Town. You've got it on Hometown Radio, 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN. Stick around. Welcome back to Our Town. I'm Ken Connors. My guest today, Ed Schlaude. He is from the Marinette Moose Lodge. Talking with the Moose Lodge because they've got their Child ID event coming up this weekend. It's really been kind of a busy time out there at the Moose Lodge. You've got a lot of events going on.
A lot of events.
I know you've got sort of one of the big Moose bigwigs coming to town here this evening.
We have the Supreme Governor, Danny Alberts, coming in tonight. He is the main man. Yeah. He's like the Ted Thompson of our Moose Lodges. But anyway, so yeah, he'll be there. I want to say roughly around 5:00. We're having our burger night and everything, but then we're going to be have awards going. We got 8 dozen Tommy the Mooses we're going to be giving out to our local law enforcement, the fire departments, rescue squads, and that. We do this every year, and sometimes even twice, in case they have them out with them, in case there's ever any kind of an emergency where a kid needs a stuffed animal, and ours is Tommy the Moose. So we got 8 dozen of those going out. We're given from our radar run we had in January, the Darn Boys and Girls Club. And I have to say, go back a little bit, next year, that's a yearly thing. If anybody has got a snowmobile, 4-wheeler, side-by-side, they want to bring it out, do so. Top speed this year for 1,000 feet was over 100 miles an hour. But yeah, we're giving, they're going to be awarding their check. The girl that I spoke about earlier, she'll be there. We're going to be presenting her with her scholarship at the event tonight. There's just going to be so much else going on. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, busy time. You guys do a lot out there. You guys do a lot out there at the Moose Lodge.
We do a lot.
So again, the Child ID event, we've been talking about that because it is coming up this Saturday, going on at the Marinette Civic Center for most of the day, 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Even have our live broadcast out there on our sister stations, Hits 96, Cat Country 95.1. This is from 9 to 11 a.m. that we're broadcasting out there on Saturday. The Child ID event, Ed, just in your mind, what makes it so important to have something like this going on here in the local area?
I have a goal, and everybody else at the lodge does too. My goal is some year, God forbid, but some year to have a parent or a grandparent to come up and say thank you. If it wasn't for that CD, my grandchild wouldn't be here today. And that's my goal.
And again, folks that are coming out there for the Child ID event, it's really parents. Bring your kids along. It's not that long. It takes something like 15, 20 minutes.
And it's worth it, And we're going to have candy and stuff there. I mean, we're going to make it pleasant for the kids,
Excellent.
And there's nothing that's going to hurt the kids, so they explain that to them, But no. But it's worth it.
Good for the parents, good for the kids, of course, to come out and check out the Child ID event that's going on this Saturday, put together by the Marinette Moose Lodge. The Child ID event Saturday at the Marinette Civic Center, 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Come on out, get a disc of just valuable information about your kids. Good thing to have around just in one of those, like you said, God forbid, one of those bad situations that comes up, you'll want to have that information. Ed, thank you so much for coming in today. Again, busy stuff going on there at the Moose Lodge.
I like to thank Bay City Radio's Barb, you, and just for the exposure, you know, and the Marinette Moose can't say enough about you guys or Riverside and the others that support us.
Hey, you got it. I'm sure we're going to hear more from the Moose Lodge as the year progresses.
Yeah, we've
too.
got a program that I'm not going to touch, but we've got a program. Hopefully, we can get established in this area that will help offset the local drug problem.
Ooh. Can't wait to hear more about that.
Yeah,
but,
that's
stay
all I can
tuned.
say right now.
All right. Thank you again. My guest today, Ed Schloud from the Marinette Moose Lodge, talking about the Child ID event that's happening this Saturday at the Marinette Civic Center. I'm Ken Connors. I want to thank you for tuning in today and enjoying the show. Be sure to tune in again next week to Our Town. I'll see you then.